President Trump's speech on Tuesday at the UN was an intelligent, at times eloquent presentation of his America First worldview. He laid out an approach of pursuing narrow self-interest over broader global ones and privileging unilateral action over multilateral cooperation. But Trump might not recognize that as he withdraws America from these global arenas, the rest of the world is moving on without Washington. Wittingly or not, Donald Trump seems to be hastening the arrival of a post-American world. Take one of his first major actions, pulling out of the Trans-Pacific Partnership. This sweeping trade deal was an attempt to open long-closed markets like Japan, but also to create a grouping that could stand up to China's growing might in trade matters. The other 11 TPP countries decided to keep the deal minus Washington, which simply means America will not gain access to those markets. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe always sweet-talks Donald Trump, but he quickly struck a free trade agreement with the European Union, giving opportunities to Europe that might otherwise have gone to America. As Ivo Daalder and James Lindsay point out in their forthcoming book, The Empty Throne, if you are not at the table, you are on the menu. When Washington steps away, the global agenda is shaped without American input. So withdrawing from the UN Human Rights Council simply means that American diplomats will watch from the sidelines the group's routine condemnations of Israel. When Trump cuts funding for various international agencies, he's playing right into the hands of Beijing, which has long sought greater influence in these bodies. Similarly, the bizarre and continued absence of key American diplomats, no assistant secretaries of state for East Asia and South Asia, no ambassadors to Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, South Africa, among others, means that American interests are just not being represented. Perhaps the most remarkable new effort to sidestep America has come from the Europeans in reaction to Trump's decision to pull out of the Iran nuclear pact and reimpose financial sanctions on Iran and anyone who does business with Iran. Because of the immense strength of the dollar, few major companies are willing to engage commercially with Iran. The Europeans are therefore trying to create an economic mechanism that can bypass the dollar. Listen to what the EU's foreign policy chief, Federica Mogherini, told me at an event this week.
We cannot accept as Europeans that others, even our closest allies and friends, determine and decide with whom we can make business with or trade.
She indicated that other countries, presumably Russia and China, might join this effort. Were the EU's efforts to come to fruition, they would put a dent in the most significant element of American financial power, the unrivaled role of the dollar in the global economy. The truth is, the European effort is unlikely to succeed. The dollar towers above its competitors like the euro. And yet, it seems foolish for Washington to pursue policies that produce the desire to curtail American power, bypass Washington, create new arrangements, especially among America's closest allies. The result of America's abdication under Donald Trump will not be European dominance or Chinese dominance. It will probably be, in the long run, greater disorder, the erosion of global rules and norms, and a more unpredictable, unstable world with fewer opportunities to buy, sell, and invest around the globe. In other words, it'll mean a less peaceful and prosperous world, and one in which American influence will be severely diminished. How does this make America great? For more, go to cnn.com/Fareed and read my Washington Post column this week.